started, call to order the Public Works and Utilities Committee meeting. Has attendance been taken? Attendance has been taken, so will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we move on to comments from citizens, just a point of order. If you are a guest, please make sure you sign in before you leave. If you didn't sign in on your way in, just want to have a record of all that. We'll open the floor for comments from citizens. Okay. We will close comments from citizens and move on to the electric department. Matt, anything you would like to point out this evening?
Let's see, in January we worked on the new electric shop. Got the trusses up and stood walls up, obviously. Got some tin on. Had a couple poles break for wind out at the trailer court. That was a fun little day. And then we've been working on upgrading the electric service out at the golf course. Just wrap that up pretty much today. We just have to coordinate with Stidham's now to get everything switched over.
Nice, that's good progress. Any questions on the activity report? Okay. Anything for generation, purchase, distribution, or other? Okay, we'll move on. Moving on to Public Works, the street department's activity reports in the packet. Bill?
I'd say the biggie, we finished up the east side of the Jefferson Street storm sewer project. We got that all wrapped up. Built the inlet and got brick wrapped and all dirt work all pretty much roughed in. Hauled a bunch of dirt from Butler out to our stockpile so we can be ready for the other side this year. And that was about probably the two biggies. Did a little equipment maintenance, a little bit of sign work.
Any questions on the street activity report?
It looked good. It finished up nice. I heard a nice job in that box building it. Nice job.
Thank you.
Yeah, make sure you thank your crews. They did a wonderful job. And any of the others who helped. I don't want to leave them out. Okay. Anything for sanitation or stormwater on here?
No.
Okay. And that brings us to you in the water department. What would you like to point out first?
Work on the electric shop. Hopefully finish it up if we get some good weather. Try and get it tied back into the old building. We need a couple good days, and so far every week there's been rain right in the middle of the week, so we don't want to open up the old building when we're trying to get that put back together. Danny Flynn with Flynn Well Drilling came down and pulled out service pump number 2 to rework it because it started leaking pretty bad. And then we replaced a valve out at Marsh Road on the force main sewer system and we moved it. It was in the middle of the road, we moved it out of the road.
Okay.
And that's it.
Anything you want to point out on the sewer or anything else at this point? Any updates that we might have?
When we get there.
No? Okay. Well, Matt, that brings us up to you. Anything you'd like to point out?
Really just want to point out these guys have all been staying jam busy. I mean, they're making some good progress with the weather kind of in and out and trying to plan, so I want to give them as much credit as they've earned. The wastewater project stuff is starting to kind of come alive again. We received 2 of the pumps this last week. They weren't supposed to ship till late February and they just showed up at the shop. So actually Aaron assisted Martin today out northeast. They are starting to demo and put back some new pumps in that building. So we're starting to see a little progress move on that. So they were kind of just ballparking. Once they get their hands on everything, maybe 3 to 4 weeks and they'll be complete. So if we can get some electrical gear to show up and they get that, then it'll be to go. I got an update from Schmidt Irrigation today, and they said maybe 6 days is all they have left on their end until we actually can flow water and test the pivot and do all that. So I'm hopeful by maybe middle of March, late March, if we do see some more material show up, that we'll be getting really close to having at least those parts done. So.
Keep our fingers crossed and spring will be good for spring.
Mm-hmm, yeah, starting to creep up on us, so.
Okay.
Other than that, just working with these guys, checking in on them, but they are all, like I said, they're all handling their business, so no need to micromanage them. And then Aaron obviously working with the high service pumps, so those pumps in the high service room plus the backwash pump were all put in 81 with the original plan. They were not part of the project, so we're just kind of working those in as we get them, and just the luck of the draw that they started leaking this year, so.
They were identified in the scope, I mean, in the whole system layout. I asked that to Barbara.
Yes,
last.
yes, they were.
They were identified as parts of the system, and that wasn't their decision to make. So I wanted to make sure that they had included that in the scope when they were looking at what the system was, because those would be a part of it, and it was in there, in the list for us to decide on our end, how that decision's made at that time. So just want to let you know.
Okay. Yeah, so kind of odd that they weren't in scope, being that they were that old.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yep, so, but they are, Flynn is working on getting those rehab and put back in, so we'll be in good shape when we get those completed.
Anything else?
That's really all I've got. Other than the alley, by the Fireside Guard is open, finally. So they did a great job putting that wall back. We did an inspection today and pulled the barricades, and it's open, so.
It looked pretty fast.
Long
yesterday.
time coming, and
Yeah.
shout out to those guys for getting that done.
Nice. Okay.
Getting that open, I know the bank is gonna be appreciative of that.
Yep.
Along with all the customers, so.
Okay, any as may arise?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned.